world. It's we haven't played really any venues. This is the first venue, and there's a very specific reason why we're playing this venue out of all the fiascos. Fiascos are usually in people's backyards or basements or parks. Fiascos happen because a host comes onto our website and fills out a form and invites us. And we've spent the last 4 months following invitations and going and playing places that we've been hosted. And so instead of me getting my agent to book this tour and us getting the word out and us telling you what to do, and then you coming to the show and me being special and you clapping after every song, it's like fucking all that shit up. You tell me where to go. You come. What do you got? I want to hear your voices. I've been driving myself insane for, so what was it, 2004? That I set out on my own. I hear things in my head. I'm a little nuts. I hear choirs. I hear orchestras. I hear rhythm sections like you wouldn't believe. And the whole model of me, of the whole thing, even though it had great nights and it had a steady growth, it was driving me insane until we came up with Hippie Fiasco. And we were like, well, let's just turn the tables and put the pressure onto the world instead of absorbing all the pressure ourselves. And you fill out the application. So I've been traveling all over America with Chad and Liz, and we start playing. At first we were handing everybody kazoos, and it was so magical because everybody had these kazoos, and even though it was dangerous, pretty much because I'm Nathan and I sing these weird sad songs, it's sort of hard to run with. It was just so magical, and then we ran out of kazoos. So it's been hard ever since we ran out of kazoos to even get it going. The kazoos primed the pump. Filling out another application, trying to resume, filled with hesitation, feel the pull of the moon. To fly away, hey, that's what I do. I'm walking around my hometown, looking at all the girls, daydream of settling down on this spinning world. Saying I'll always stay, I won't just walk out the door. Yeah, sure, you're right. I've only known foolish flight. It's the only way I made it this far. Deep down, I know my soul is rolling down that road. As I sit here, searching my heart, no one says the wrong thing. They just go on and on and on and on and on and on. And I guess I do that too. It just used to mean I was gone, or on my way. What was I running from? It's good to quit my running. It's good to face my fears. There's a slow train coming. Here's to the engineer. Next time he rolls this way, yeah, I bet I'll still be sitting here. Yeah, my next move is classified. So I buy the paper, skip to the ads about the single whites. Still got that spot I could put a trailer. In my mind they say it's okay. You can pay us the rest later. Nathan, wake up! What? All right. Help wanted. Help wanted. Help wanted. Help wanted. Help wanted. Help wanted. And on my resume, hey, if you got it, flaunt it. Yeah, sure. You're right. I've only known foolish flight. It's the only way I made it this far. Deep down, I know my soul. It's rolling down that road. As I sit here, searching my heart. Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yeah. What? Yeah. 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 Here's a guy called Ted who lives inside my head, and if you ever met him, then you may be dead. I don't much like him, but once he saved my life, and now he says I owe him, so I'm drinking tonight. I'm drinking tonight. Wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted was I. Well, Ted buys the room around, I don't know where he gets the dough, but after each and every pint he says, just 5 more. Hey, where are we going? How we gonna get home? He runs and leaps like a madman, screaming, leave me alone, just leave me alone. Then wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted was I. I can go for days, for weeks, sometimes even months without seeing, hiding her hair of Ted, not even once. But when I find my feet and breathe a relief sigh, Ted from out of the blue comes crashing like the sky, comes crashing like the sky. The wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted was I. Yeah, wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted was I. Wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted, wasted was Ted was I. That's my ending for every song. Forgive me on that. You just have to forgive us, Miss Silence, for getting it wrong, reading your mind. You just have to excuse us, Miss Silence, for loving you so unkind. If only we'd known, if only we'd seen. But we're not that good, I know it's hard to believe. Why don't you come out with it, Miss Silent? Let us know you love us too. The clouds are so white, Miss Silence. Your sky is so blue. If only we'd known, if only we'd seen. Must be rough, Miss Silence, whenever we imagine the words. Must get tough, Miss Silence. Sometimes it must seem like a curse. If only we'd known, if only we'd seen. But we're not that good. I know it's hard to believe. 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 Thank you. I'm like a cartoon, drawn to where I go. These clouds I'm below look like a painting. Sometimes I wonder in slow-mo, like a child being flattened by a fat man fainting. May sound silly, but it's true. Actually, most things do. Lord, I pray to you. Now here I am, like a cartoon, for better or worse, for butter and bread. I'm asking. It's written in a bubble floating above my head. Sometimes it's only ampersands and exclamation. You sound silly, but it's true. Actually, most things do. Lord, I pray to you. Now here I am. I'm like a cartoon. I'm like a cartoon, dodging falling sapes. I heal right away, that's why they thank me. It's all just howling at the moon at the end of the day, surrounded by things that say acme. May sound silly, but it's true. Actually, most things do. Lord, I pray to you. Now here I am. I'm like a cartoon. If they only crown the king of failure, give a prize for heartache at the fair. give a dime for every time I fear the jailer. If juggling just meant throwing things in the air. Not getting younger, never found my fountain. My bigger dreams now fit in my hand. I've stopped looking for that big rock candy mountains. Can't count on, can't walk to never, never land. Can't fly to heaven, can't fly to heaven. They're only through parades for self-destruction. Sang praise for singing out of tune. If I only got paid for doing nothing, if that all didn't happen so soon, so soon. I'm getting younger, never found a fountain. My bigger dreams now fit in my hand. I've stopped looking for that big rock candy mountains. Can't count on, can't walk to never, never land. Can't fly to heaven, can't fly to heaven. Hey, what if it wasn't either or, but love was fear? If it finds you and you try to disappear, it scares you into the light so near, just to hold you in his arms forever dear. Not getting younger, I never found a fountain. My big dreams now fit in my hand. I stopped looking for that big rock candy mountains. Can't count on, can't walk to never, never land. Can't fly to heaven, can't fly to heaven, can't fly to heaven, can't fly to heaven. It's funny because it's also like the perfect metaphor. If I sit up here all night talking about the orchestra and saying all this stuff, and the orchestra never happens really, you know, like in some epic way, then I'm just sort of like, who is that guy? And I've seen it happen, like people looking at me like, what's he talking? I mean, what the fuck? Just play, dude. Just play. And then all of a sudden it happens. And someone, I mean, the trick to the orchestra is, I swear to God, even if you're not a musician, if you listen to any of my songs, you will hear music inside of yourself. And it's that music that you have to let out. And I dare any of you to, if we could hear inside you, to, blah, 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 blah. See what I'm saying? But then all of a sudden, people come out from the wings with dance moves already prepared, and they're like, oh, whoa, what's this? What's happening here? And all of a sudden, over there, whoa, what's happening over there? And then someone that's never sang before stands up on their chair, and they're like, what's going on here? Oh my God, this guy's a genius. If you saw a UFO, what would you do? What if it appeared only to you? Would you let everybody know? Or would you just let it go? What if the alien was a girl? Gave you a message for the world? everybody know? Won't you just let it go? 'Cause what if no one would believe? How would it feel to seem insane? But knowing what you see, plain as day. What if the voice of God spoke like to you right out loud? Would you let everybody know? Would you just let it go? What if God gave you the words, gave you a message for the world? Would you let everybody know? Would you just let it go? What if no one would believe? How would it feel to seem insane? But knowing what you heard, plain as day. You saw a miracle, what would you do? But if the miracle was you, would you let everybody know? Would you just let it go? What if no one would believe? How would it feel to seem insane? Knowing what you saw, plain as day, plain as day. Thank you. So we're going to take a very short break. It's Chad's birthday. Thanks for coming. You are the Morchestra. One reason I will go on and on about the Morchestra tonight is because I first had the idea. The idea for the Morchestra struck me like a lightning bolt out of the sky, like the coolest idea I've ever had. The idea, in 10 years, if I stick with it, maybe I will be the folk equivalent to the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's possible. It just might fucking happen. But the reason I will go on and on about it tonight, not only we're at the end of Hippie Fiasco Rides again, and it's an integral vision part of the whole thing. The idea that maybe if I one day could be playing some nice theater and the line out the street would be everybody with their instruments. And when you buy your ticket, you're like, hey, I'd like the string section or the choir section or the rhythm section. It's a great dream. It's a beautiful thing, and it hit me right outside that door the last time I was here. This guy came up to me and he was like, "Man, I would love to play brushes with you on my snare." And I was like, "Well, you should have brought your drum." And he looked at me like, "I should have brought my drum." And the look in his eyes is where that lightning bolt came from, and it struck me in the head and the heart at the same time. And I told Chad and Liz about it that night. The Morchestra, just think about it. Everybody brings instruments and plays with me, and that forms. And it was born right here at Humbrews. The very first time we webcasted a Nathan Moore show, me, Chad, and Liz, was right here at Humbrews. It was on a thing called live stream. We weren't 24/7 yet. We weren't on the official Fiasco run, but the very first webcast we ever did was right here. And those are the two main reasons that we had to veer a little bit off the Fiasco stream to pay homage and honor and to be back here in this beautiful, beautiful theater rock club. Humbrews here in Arcata. We'll be back in a few minutes. It's Chad Galactic's birthday. Everybody give him a big wet one.
Thank you, guys.